Alright guys, I'm back for another Zippo video. I want to address one of the most common mistakes that happens. Not really mistakes, but just a problem, an issue with Zippos when people first get them or if they're new to Zippos. Alright, and that is overfilling them. And some people don't realize that they do overfill them. So we have a Zippo here. Okay, let's just say we just got this new. Someone is new to Zippos, alright, so they open it up, they take it out of its case. Because all Zippos, all of them, every single one of them, when they come new, they come empty. There's no fuel in them. This is another question I get that's very common is I got a new Zippo, there's no fuel in it. Does that mean it's fake? You know, did I get ripped off? What's the deal? They don't come filled. For storage issues, okay, just so they don't smell. For shipping issues, that's how they come. They never ever come filled. Okay? So that's the first thing. Second thing is now you got this brand new Zippo. So what do? You fill it. You lift your little felt pad, you get your lighter fluid, you fill it up, right? You want to fill it so that the pad is saturated completely. But if you see that there's fluid coming up above that, you see like a puddle, like it's raising, that's not good. That's too much. You want it saturated, but you don't want it filled so much that it's actually going above that level. Okay, so now you've probably overfilled it, but you don't realize it yet. So here's what happens. You put it back in the case, and you spark it, nothing happens. Okay, this one doesn't have any fuel in it, so it's not going to light. But you spark it, nothing happens. Now you see that, all right, it's sparking. I know I have a flint, it's brand new. I know I put fuel in it, why doesn't it work? Okay, you may close it, you know, keep it stored for a couple minutes, whatever. Try it again, open it, doesn't work. Why is it not working? Well, here's the thing. For fire, we need fuel. Okay, something to burn, and we need oxygen. And this is the most important part of this, is the oxygen. When you overfill a Zippo, particularly after you close it, you're filling the entire lid up with vapors, okay? And sometimes when you do overfill it, what will happen is the fuel itself will drip out, and you'll find this to be very common too. When it finally does light, the lid catches fire. And you're like, you gotta blow it out real quick, you know? Or you drop it, who knows? Yeah, that's because you overfilled it. But here's what you can do. It's a very simple remedy. And in fact, a lot of times when people say something's wrong with my Zippo, I suggest this to them, and 4 out of 5 times someone comes back to me and goes, oh, thanks, that worked. That was it. All right, what happens is your chimney area gets clogged with fuel. All right, it's too much fuel vapor. And this whole thing fills up with it, and there's no oxygen. So even though you have all this fuel in here, when you go to light it, nothing happens. Doesn't work. All right. So what you have to do is just basically blow some air into the chimney section. It's very simple. When you first open it up, like I said, if you have a spark, it's a very simple design, Zippos. Okay. So it's easy to figure out what's wrong by going through a process. Okay. The first thing you want to make sure is we have a spark. If you do not have a spark, it means you don't have the flint in properly, or you're out of flint. There could be a multitude of different things going on. But that's the first thing we want. We want to make sure we get a spark. Okay, now we know we have a spark. We want to see what the issue is with the fuel. If you overfill it, like I said, you could have a lot of vapors in there. So you want to do is when you first open it up, just gently blow into the chimney. Just like that. Go to give it a light. It'll probably work just fine. All right, if for some reason, this is rare, but if for some reason you do all that and still doesn't light, but you know you have fuel in there, it could be that your wick, okay, it goes obviously through a hole inside your insert and then pops up the top. What you can do is sometimes the wick itself, for whatever reason, it gets clogged on the bottom. And usually if you use really cheap or really crappy fuel, even some of the cheap stuff works fine. So this is, again, very, very rare. But what you can do is you can get those pliers and pinch the very bottom of the wick where you see it up against the metal, okay? Because basically, because your wick is now clogged with dirty fuel or whatever it is, it's not allowing the wick to soak up as much, okay? So the fuel vapors aren't catching. That's why it's not lighting. So that is another remedy. But most likely, like I said, the majority of the time, if you have a spark and you know you filled it, it's probably overfilled and you probably have too much fuel vapor and you need a little oxygen. It's very simple. Just blow into it, or just give it a quick little shake to kind of just introduce some oxygen in there so that we have combustion. Spark it and you'll have flame. So that is all, folks. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I will have some more videos in the future on some other tips and tricks with Zippo stuff. You know, there are other things to talk about, but I'll have specific videos on them in the future, as well as maybe some more Zippo tricks. I like doing Zippo tricks and stuff, just like battle songs. I fade in and out of the hobby. It's something I'll always enjoy doing, but sometimes I'm more focused on it than other times. So when the time comes that I am more focused, I will show you some more stuff. For now, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped your problem for some of you. And that is all. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, guys.